got a win a date with Candy contest and a record. I don't guess I can have a date with Candy since she's dead. But what a drag. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. and Ms. America, and all ships at sea, and all sods everywhere. This is your morning report with KD from KD After Dark. I know you're thinking, oh, KD, you're always in that little kitchen of yours doing talking. One of these days soon, I'm going to get out in the world and film some of my adventures. And that should be interesting. Cheers, everyone. Ah, it's good. I have 31 subscribers. But here's the funny part. As of this morning, if any of you remember that Got It Going On, Christy Canyon sending me a little message, that's got over 200 views. I wonder what's going on there. I wonder. Anyway, I've been stuck at 31 for several days, so I'm asking for your help. It would be great if I could get 32. 32 is the new 31. And of course, if I could get more than that, that would be... So anyway, let's begin. If you want to go to heaven, you got to raise a little hell. So we always start with the infamous Vance Randolph and pissing in the snow. Story time. Come on in. This is an interesting story. The name of it is Let's Trade Twitches. Told by Ms. Mary Alice Blake, Manette, Missouri, July 1946. She heard it in Christian County, Missouri around 1940. One time there was a fellow from Springfield come down to the James River, and some peckerwoods were having a square dance. Most of them were drinking out of fruit jars, and it looked like they were kind of a wild bunch. Soon as the set was over, the fiddlers would play a few bars of Old Horny, and then every man grabbed a girl and took her out in the brush. Took her in the brush, also known as the Evergreen Motel. Pretty soon the city fellow began to feel his cork a-bobbing. So the next time Old Horny came around, he picked out a likely-looking girl. When they got to the brush, he says, "Are you married?" And the girl answered, "Nope." Then he says, "Do you want to do a little fucking?" And the girl answered, "Yep." So she hoisted up her dress and flopped on the ground. He pulled down his pants and started to mount her just as the girl was guiding his tallywhacker home. Somebody tapped the city fellow on the shoulder. "Excuse me, mister," said one of the big peckerwoods. "Would you mind trading twitches? It's pretty dark back there. I made a mistake and picked my own sister." The end. Let's trade twitches. There's Mr. Vance. boy, travel around all those years and get these stories down. These are the stories that he couldn't put in his regular folktale books, but these are the ones that he saved nevertheless. I highly recommend this book. All right, next. Anybody ever seen this album before? It's kind of hard to find. Never been released on CD. As far as I know, never been re-released, period. There is some good music on here. I mean, let's look at it. Jimi Hendrix, Mean Mistreated Johnny Winter, Sly and the Family Stone, Miles Davis, you know I'm digging that. Chris Christopherson is fucked up out of his gourd on this, and he does a song called Blame It on the Stones, and he comes out there. Here's my Chris Christopherson imitation. Hey, man. We gonna do two more in spite of anything except rifle fire. Then we'll split. So anyway, he's on there. I can't say much for his performance, but I love the intro. Stormy Monday by Mountain. Whipping Post, Statesboro Blues, the Allman Brothers. And one of the great unknowns on here that I really like is, of all things, Poco. And they do a live version of Grand Junction, which is an instrumental that is just on fire. So it's the Isle of Wight Pop Festival. They snagged some of it from there, probably the Miles Davis stuff. And let's see where it's at. Yeah, Atlanta Pop Festival at the bottom. This album should be re-released. Just one man's opinion. Win a date with Candy Samples. I need more than 31 subscribers. Somebody help me out. I'm thinking positive for 32. Last thing. I can highly recommend this book, Bowie's Bookshelf. It's about the books that Bowie owned, and since Bowie's never did an autobiography, this gives you a little insight into what he was doing. So they're speaking about Greil Marcus's book, Mystery Train. I've never read it. I've seen it many times, but I've never read it. And so they're explaining the Bowie connection to this book, so I'll begin here. Marcus started writing Mystery Train in the autumn of 1972 as Ziggy Mania was building. Finished it in the summer of 1974 when Bowie was dragging his Diamond Dogs tour across America, which I saw, transforming it along the way into a soul review. It was getting into a soul review when I saw it. Marcus focuses on 4 acts who were all alive and more or less functional at the time. Elvis Presley, Randy Newman, the band, and Sly Stone. But in writing about Stone, a showman disruptor in the Little Richard tradition who had jettisoned what Marcus called his big freaky black superstar image with the album There's a Riot Going On, he might as well be writing about Bowie. So listen to this, all you artists out there. This says it all. If the audience demands only more of what has already been accepted, the artist has a choice. He can move on, perhaps cut himself off from the audience. If he does, his work will lose all the vitality and strength it had when he knew it mattered to other people. Or the artist can accept the audience's image of himself, pretend that his audience is his shadowy ideal, and lose himself in his audience. Then he will only be able to confirm. He will never be able to create. The tension between confirming and creating, needing a mass audience and disdaining it, animated Bowie throughout his life. And then at the bottom, he always recommends stuff. He says, read it while listening to Fame. If you like this, try Grill Marcus Lipstick Traces, which I don't know anything about either. So here we are on Friday, a rainy, chilly Friday. Let's get shit done today. Let's be kind to somebody. Let's make shit happen. Let's get ready to rumble the earth! I said it again, rumble the earth. What's rumble and wonder being mixed up in my head for? Let's get ready to wonder the earth better. So with that being said, I will see you on down the line soon, very soon. Have a great day, everyone.